What's happening? What's good, good people? What's good, breadwinners? It's Don Bucks, host of Creative Rap and Dough, the home of money conversations. I ain't been on here in a while, but check it out. I got some game for y'all today. Today we're going to talk about how to own real estate without owning property. And I know that sounds crazy, but before I get into it, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button and notification bell if you want to be notified when I come with this random game. But I think I put up this video and I talked about this some years ago because y'all know I'm an options trader. I'm a stock investor. Y'all know I'm an entrepreneur all the way around the board. But this is one piece of game that I gave out and I can't give it out enough. That a lot of people don't know that income is for sale. Now, income is for sale in all shapes and forms. There's a couple different ways that income is for sale. Y'all know I have rental cars, so that's one way you can buy income, because with one car, that's $800 to $1,000 a month passive, because we all know our goal should be passive or residual income. And y'all know the pandemic proved that. The pandemic showed everybody that we need another stream of income other than the job, preferably income that doesn't require us to be in one location or to be doing any work. That's what passive and residual income is, right? So that should be our goal. But, a lot of people say that, oh, yeah, you need to get into real estate. Real estate is dope. But that's the point of this message. We can kill two birds with one stone. So you can own real estate without having physical property. Y'all like, Don Bucks, how you going to do that? Because there's a such thing as REITs. Now, before I get into REITs, now REIT is an acronym for Real Estate Investment Trust. That's what that stands for. But thinking about real estate, you think, all right, in order to get that monthly rent from the tenant, what do we have to deal with and deal with real estate? So if we buy a property, okay, that's the property, however much the property costs. We got repairs. We have tenants we have to deal with. We have property taxes. Right? These are all these things that are entailed in the real estate thing. There's different ways to do real estate, but for the most part, these are the things you have to deal with when you have a property to get that passive income, right? But let's say you can get that same passive income without the property taxes, without the tenants, without the repairs, etc. That's what owning a REIT will allow you to do. So what is a REIT? Real Estate Investment Trust is a real estate company that is listed on the stock market. And I know how I feel about dividends. So dividends are payments to shareholders, other owners of the company. So, once you buy shares, you become a part owner of the company. All companies don't pay dividends, but we're talking about REITs right now. So REITs pay dividends. Some pay monthly, some pay quarterly, which is every 3 months. So what you can do is strategically buy X amount of shares based off of how much they pay per share, right? So let's take what you were going to buy on a rental property. Let's take, I don't know, let's say $15,000. Hypothetical number. He was going to spend $15,000 on the down payment, closing fee, closing costs, and all that, right? Probably another 10 to fix it up. So what's that? 25,000. So let's say you take that 25,000 instead of buying a physical property, you put that into a REIT. So how many shares did that 25,000 want to get you? Good question. Where's my phone at? So I did this math before, but Basically, you can buy the same amount of income that you would be getting from a rental property with REITs, but it'd be minus the property taxes, the tenants. You don't have to deal with no tenants because you're invested in the real estate company. They have the properties. For example, one REIT, you have a REIT that deals with all hospitals. A lot of people don't know that. They think the hospital, the name that's on the hospital, a lot of people think that name or that person owns the hospital. Nah. A lot of times, most times, those hospitals are being rented from a real estate company. So you have a real estate company that deals with just hospitals. So you can own hospitals if you want. Just buy shares of this REIT that owns hospitals, right? You have a REIT that owns strip malls across the country. So you can own strip malls by buying shares of the strip mall company, well, the company that owns the strip malls. So now when they collect rent, REITs, for REITs in particular, have to pay out 90% of their profits to the shareholders. So there's REITs that own apartment complexes. There's REITs that own malls across the country. So you can own real estate without you personally having to own the property yourself. So you spend that same money that you was going to spend on a rental property and put it in some REITs. And now you got that same, because if you do the math, you ask somebody that owns rental properties, the profit after they pay the taxes, if the house is not outright owned outright, they may make a $2,000 a year profit after you pay the taxes and the mortgage on the house. Profit be like 2,000. So, but mind you, they had to deal with all the other stuff I listed earlier. But if you got a REIT, you got that, so you can get that same profit for the same money without the headache. I just gave y'all bars and like hella gems. So REITs, real estate, without you physically having to own the real estate. And what I did was, feel free to grab what I titled the dividend machine. Because what I did was I went through all the dopest companies in the stock market. And how do I know they the dopest? Because I said so. Nah, but there's a group of companies that pay dividends that not only have paid their dividend, but increased it for at least 25 consecutive years. Because if you have a dividend that you're paying for, you want that dividend to be stable. You don't want it to be dropping. You don't want it to be sometimey. These companies have paid it and increased it for at least 25 years. These are called dividend aristocrats. So what I did was I went through all the 63 of them. I went through all of them. I did the work for you for the most part. And I listed them because it also comes with a free calendar. And I listed them by month, what month they pay in and how much they pay per share. So you can go through and strategically put your portfolio together and buy a company from each month. And now you'll be getting a dividend every month. You can structure it that way too. That's why I call it the dividend machine. So instead of waiting every 3 months for a dividend, your portfolio is set up for you to get one every month. So feel free to take a look at that. But that's enough for today. I'll probably be adding on to this, adding some more nuance to this conversation. But income is for sale, fam. Income is for sale. I've been screaming this from the rooftops for a minute now. And I'm not going to stop. But that's how you buy Well, that's how you own real estate without owning physical properties, fam. All right. So make sure you, if you haven't already, hit the like, subscribe, notification bell. And like I said, make sure you feel free, Chelsea, feel free if you want to get you some passive income, you want to own real estate without having to own physical property, get a hold of some REITs. But on top of that, feel free to go check out the dividend machine. The link is in the description of this channel. That being said, it's your man Don Bucks. You dig?